Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews, where regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer, myself. I'm Jesse, and today I'm going to be reviewing, actually this is like fourth beer I've reviewed so far today, but this is TsingTao. I've never had this beer. I've seen it everywhere, though. I see this beer convenience stores. I've seen it in grocery stores. We don't have it at work, but if we had it at work, I probably would have picked it up a lot sooner. But anyway, I saw it at ABC. I said, shit, man, it's everywhere. I might as well try it. TsingTao. I've never had a Chinese beer before, so figured I'd pick it up. I haven't had a lot of Asian beers. I've had Chang, which is a beer from Thailand, and I've had Tiger, which is a beer from Singapore, I believe. But I've had Kirin Ichiban and Sapporo, which are supposed to be Japanese beers, but then Kirin Ichiban's brewed out in California, and Sapporo is brewed up in Canada. It says import on the bottle, import, and Sapporo, Japanese, premium Japanese beer. So you think it's from Japan, but then you get to look at it, it's imported from Canada. But they're both supposed to be brewed under these Japanese brewmasters or something, so they're close to the original recipe. I don't know. But anyway, enough about those beers. Let's get on to this one. This is TsingTao, the first Chinese beer that I've ever had or am going to have. I haven't had it yet, but let's look at the numbers. Or this is from, hold on, let's see. This is the TsingTao, it's pure draft beer. It's from the TsingTao Brewery Company Limited from Qingdao, China. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Qingdao, I can't really pronounce Chinese. It's worse than French to me. Beer Advocate gives this a 65, which is poor, and that's with 952 ratings. Rate Beer gives it a 5 overall with a 4 for the style, so that is like super low, and the Bros give it an 84, which is good. The ABV is 4.8%, and it has a year-round availability, and it is an American adjunct lager. So I'm not super excited about this beer. It's probably going to be bland. It's probably going to be watery. The one thing I'm looking forward to, as I have mentioned before in other reviews, is it's in a green bottle. It might have a little skunkiness. I like that. Not a lot of people do, but it's going to take a boring beer, I think. Hopefully it's going to be, this beer will have it. It's going to take a boring beer because given those numbers and given the fact that it's an American adjunct lager, it's probably not going to be that great. But the skunkiness is going to, make it a little more enjoyable in my book. Let's read a quick descript here from Rate Beer. It says, TsingTao beer has a pleasant aroma and well-balanced taste. It has a high malty flavor and well-hopped character. TsingTao is produced with spring water from Laoshan, a mountain area famous throughout China for the purity of its water. The domestically grown hops used to brew TsingTao are of such high quality that they are also exported to European breweries. TsingTao also uses the finest yeast and barley imported from Australia and Canada in its brewing process. That description sounds like the person who wrote it is selling TsingTao door to door. Jesus Christ, man. The purest malt, the finest water, the most amazing hops and yeast. Come on, man. Let's get this cracked open. No smoke at all. But whatever. Oh yeah, this is skunky, alright. I can smell it. Oh man. Again though, a lot of people don't like that. I kind of find it enjoyable. Actually, I say a lot of people, like, everybody, man. I don't know anybody else that likes that skunkiness. I like it, though. Yeah. Alright, let's get an appearance on this beer. It is super clear. It is an adjunct lager, and it looks like one. It is yellow, light gold, clear as the bright blue sky. This beer is clear. Like a ton of carbonation. And you can see it, too, because it's so clear. It had like maybe a quarter finger head, which dissipated in the last 15-20 seconds that I've been talking. So, yeah, the head's gone. It's just, yeah. So, anyway, let's get a nose on it. Skunk. This is probably the skunkiest beer I've ever smelled. I'm not even joking about it. Like I said, I drink a lot of those skunky beers, and I like it. I mean, it smells good to me. It almost smells like pot, honestly. But I'm not a huge fan of lagers. I'm not a huge fan of adjunct lagers or European pilsners or any of those beers. And when they take them and they throw them in these green bottles and the clear bottles, it skunks them up, and it actually takes a boring beer and gives it some flavor. So don't have super high expectations, but the skunkiness is, honestly, I don't smell any malt whatsoever. I smell skunkiness. Maybe a little like grassy kind of graininess, and that's it. That is it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this one. Oh wow, it actually doesn't taste quite as skunky as it smells. A little more blander in the flavor than it is in the smell. It really is. It's definitely still some skunkiness there, but not. I've had beers that don't smell this skunky, but tastes skunkier. This smells really skunky, and it doesn't have so much in the flavor. It's definitely bland, watery, super light mouthfeel. Um, I mean, look at that head. Look at that. There's not one there. I mean, that's, oh man. This beer is not that good. It's really not. I'm getting maybe a little grassiness, a little graininess. I can taste those cheap adjunct like corn or rice or whatever the hell they use. This basically tastes to me like Heineken. I'll say this: Heineken has a little more flavor, a little more complexity than this. That's how this is. This is really not good. Excuse me. This is not a great beer. Yeah. I mean, this is. If you put a Budweiser in a green bottle or clear bottle, that's what this tastes like, you know. And it just got skunked up. That's what this tastes. This is just a cheap adjunct lager. It's a macro lager. There's nothing at all impressive about this beer. The only thing it has going for it, and again, anybody else would look down upon this, but I kind of like it, is the skunkiness. It adds a little flavor to it. That's the only thing it has going for it. If it wasn't for that, if this was just a Budweiser or a cheap adjunct lager with like nothing to offer, it would probably get a lower score, but I'm gonna give this a 4. This is a 4 out of 10, which is definitely failing. It's a shit beer. This is not good. I think that's the same score I gave Heineken. It's not a good beer. Yeah, so 4 out of 10 for TsingTao pure draft beer. If you see it, don't pick it up. Don't do it. This is crap. There's nothing good about this beer except for the skunkiness, and odds are you don't like skunkiness because I've never met anyone else who does. So, I mean, I wouldn't pick this up again. I'd take it over a Budweiser or a Miller or Coors or something any day because it has that slight little bit of skunkiness, which I find enjoyable. It's the slightest, it's just a little bit more than those like purely bland, crappy beers. But other than that, this beer has nothing to offer. No complexity, no character, nothing. I mean, nothing. So don't pick it up if you see it. It's crap. You could spend your money on a lot better beer. So anyway, again, 4 out of 10 for TsingTao Pure Draft Beer. Thanks for watching, and keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Prost.